In the next hour, you're going to discover how to find profitable hidden industries with virtually no competition, identify that industry's most critical pain point, and package that solution into a profitable non-expert digital product, all using AI. This method allows you to create a digital product without all of the constraints that kept you out of this industry for so long. So, if you stay until the end, you will get my personal method for finding and creating your first winning non-expert digital product. And you will I'll have a very important announcement by the end of today's live session about our competition for $350,000 in prizes, including 10 insane watches and 10 spots to my exclusive $25,000 digital product mastermind, but more on that later. So make sure you stay on this live stream until the very end, because just like yesterday, there's a bunch of stuff that I'm gonna cover here live and tell my team to take out of the replays. So your only chance to hear about that is right here, right now. Just like yesterday, the main presentation should go on for about an hour and a half. Then we're gonna have our co-host Jason joining us for the Q&A session, which is actually gonna get cut out of the replays, so you can only watch this live. If you leave the live, you will never be able to watch this ever again. We cut it out immediately after. And by the way, if time allows, we have a very, very, very special guest downstairs waiting to join us to show you his perspective on digital products. Spoiler, just a few months ago, he was sitting at home at his computer watching one of my events exactly as you are right now. If you watch yesterday's session, you might even know who he is. Now, everything I'm about to show you here is based on real data. As a co-owner of WAP, I have back-end access to the payment processing of tens of thousands of verified individuals earning money from digital products right now. And I can see exactly who's succeeding, how much they're making, and what they are doing differently. People like Kevin, who's made over $30,000 from his digital product. Andrew, who made $15,000 in just 24 hours on the topic of sober living homes and has generated $123,000 in total earnings. Or Armando, who at just 19 has managed to buy his dad his dream truck and buy himself a McLaren through the profits from his digital product. He actually ended up being one of the top spots of a 90-day digital product competition called Monetize Mania that I ran back in May by basically following the exact same playbook I'm about to show you. All of this insight comes from analyzing over 1.6 billion with a B in digital product sales on the platform. That is the difference between what I'm showing you and everything else out there. So when I tell you the regular people with zero expertise are making life-changing money with AI-powered or digital products, I am not asking you to trust me. I'm just asking you to follow the money. Now, before I show you the system, let me quickly establish something about AI that most people still don't understand. AI has reached human superior capability in expertise areas. Just 4 months ago, AI passed the Turing test for the first time in history. That is a test created back in the 1950s to determine if a machine could think like a human. So it is now officially impossible to distinguish between the right AIs and human expertise. Not any AI, but the right ones. We have research showing that the right AIs outperform PhD experts in their own fields. But here's the thing, you already trust AI with your life every single day. Your GPS reroutes around traffic jams before you hit them. This is amazing, by the way, we all love this. YouTube recommends videos that you didn't know you wanted to watch. Your phone predicts what you're typing before you even finish. That is all AI, my friend. You trust AI to predict your entertainment preferences, anticipate your thoughts, and guide you through traffic. So if you already trust it with your attention and your time, why not take advantage of it in order for your income generation, okay? So let me show you how to do just that. I call this process AI synthesization, and I personally believe this is the most valuable skill to learn for 2026. And the way it works is very simple. Instead of spending years learning skills yourself, you learn how to guide AI to do it for you. This is how, in a matter of minutes, we're able to turn a 45-page PDF file on a topic you know nothing about into a profitable digital product. And a few of these 45-page PDFs are all you need to completely turn your life around and become an ungovernable individual. It is all based on a 3-step AI synthesization system to build digital products from scratch with AI. The process is simple, just like all things that actually work in life. Number 1, you identify a profitable topic for your non-expert digital product. Number 2, you get AI to synthesize all the information available online on that topic and package it into a digital product. And finally, you launch that product using our rapid testing framework. My favorite thing about this process is that it removes all of the risk. You don't need to spend years becoming an expert at a specific topic that could go out of demand at literally any moment. You don't need to invest virtually any money to get your first product created. You don't even need to show your face if you don't want to. It removes all of the barriers that have historically kept regular people out of the most profitable industry in the world, digital products. Here is the beauty of this business model. You create a product once and sell it thousands of times. I've personally sold the same digital product over 1,000 times in a single day, dozens of times. And I've done this with products ranging anywhere from $29 all the way up to $1,500. And once it's created, that product doesn't stop paying you. It will keep paying dividends for years to come. And the work to fulfill one customer or 10,000 customers is virtually the same. And that is why I call it the ultimate one-person business. If you have ever read Rich Dad, Poor Dad, you will know that rich people collect assets, poor people collect liabilities. And I like to think of digital products as the ultimate asset that you can create. It's like having your own real estate portfolio. Each new digital product you add is a new rental property inside of your portfolio. The difference is that it is digital real estate, so it doesn't cost you anything to build a new property. And you can build as many properties as you want for free. I mean, think about it. If someone offered to give you a free rental property every single week for completely free, would you accept it? Of course you would, right? So why don't you build digital real estate? So with that being said, let's get into step one of this process, identify. This is the most crucial step of the entire process. Most people fail in this industry because they fail to identify the right topic for their digital products. Trying to sell the wrong product will lead you to wasting months and months of work, getting eaten alive by the competition, getting frustrated with the lack of results, and then finally giving up. And there's two big mistakes people make when it comes to identifying the right product to create. Mistake number one is positioning yourself in a red ocean. That is an extremely competitive market with thousands of other people selling the exact same solution for the same problem. There are big sharks in these waters, and there's a lot of blood in the water. So if you go into a market like that without any authority, any unique method, and any experience, no wonder it doesn't work. Instead, you want to be in a blue ocean, just like Zach here, who made $14,000 in the last 24 hours on the topic of exotic car rentals. Or this Faces digital product has earned $3,900 in its first 2 weeks of launch by helping people get tickets at retail price for high demand events like concerts or sporting events. Fascinating. So here's the rule of thumb hack to identify a profitable topic for your digital product. The reason people like Zach get to these numbers is because they are positioning their products using what I call the third layer theory. In any market you sell to, there are going to be 3 layers. The first layer is your industry. The second layer is your niche. So think most people selling digital products right now, this is where they're positioned at. Most people just focus on the second layer, okay? For example, first layer is personal development, second layer is productivity, or first layer is health, second layer is weight loss. If you are on the second layer today, you are doomed to fail. A few years ago, you might have still gone away with it, but today, no chance. Virtually every niche has turned into a red ocean. Now, what most people don't realize is that you can dig another layer deep to the third layer, and this is where the hidden gold mines truly are. I call this third layer your unique value zone, or simply UVZ. Think of your market as a commercial building. The first layer is like the lobby. Everyone passes through it here. It's crowded, noisy, and you're just never gonna stand out. The second layer is like getting on an elevator to a specific floor. Yes, it is less crowded than the lobby, but it's still filled with people all trying to get the same customer's attention. The third layer is like finding a secret room on your floor that no one else knows about. In this room, you're the only one there to greet the specific customers who discover it. And the customers who find their way to the secret room are already convinced they want what only you can provide. So, can you commit to finding your unique value zone, especially if I show you exactly how to do it in today's presentation? Well, here is what this looks like in practice. Instead of productivity, you sell quick decision-making frameworks for beginner entrepreneurs. That, my friend, is a unique value zone. Instead of language learning, you sell business-specific conversational English for non-native executives. Instead of weight loss, you sell postpartum weight loss for new mothers. Imagine creating a product with the promise of recover your prepartum body in 12 weeks after giving birth, instead of just generic weight loss. The examples are endless here, which leads me to mistake number 2, not considering at least 20 different unique value zones. Now, I know this might not sound like a lot, but don't worry, it is not. I'm gonna show you I know this might sound like a lot, but don't worry, it is not. I'm gonna show you exactly how to get all of that done for you in a second using AI. Most people just go for the first topic that comes to their mind, but your first ideas are actually usually your worst ones, okay? Let me prove this to you with a very simple exercise. Imagine you have 60 seconds to name as many means of transportation as possible. What happens? At first, you go for the obvious ones. Car, bus, plane, helicopter. When you get to 20, you start to get creative. Golf cart, elevator, surfboard, skateboard, parachute. Then when you get to the end, you start to go really outside the box. Jetpack, electric foil, Iron Man suit. And that is when you start finding the best ideas. Most people quit at idea 3 and then they wonder why they fail. The best opportunities require digging deeper than just surface level. And that is what you need to do in this first step, identify. Pro tip here, if you use AI to help you come up with 20 plus unique value zones for you to choose from, the likelihood of you succeeding goes through the roof because AI will suggest you topics you would have never, ever thought of by yourself. Obviously, you need to have the right AI tool and the right prompting for that. If you just simply ask for, hey, what's 20 value zone ideas? A regular bog standard AI will have no context on what a good UVZ is and what is not. So it's inevitably going to give you bad suggestions. Just like I told you that the right AI can now outperform PhDs and the right AI can be indistinguishable from humans. Not any AI, the right AI. And you need to understand that this is extremely important, okay? Because as I've said, what is the most surefire way to fail with this? Choosing the wrong unique value zone, because even if you do all of the next steps right, it won't matter. It simply won't work. Now, you might be wondering, okay, but are there enough people interested in these specific topics? The answer is yes. A lot of them, okay? We often underestimate the number of people within these UVCs. For example, one of the top selling digital products ever on Udemy, I should say, is on speed reading and advanced memorization techniques. Very specific, isn't it? Realistically, how many people do you know who would actually buy that? Probably not that many, right? Well, me neither. But the fact is, over 233,000 people have purchased that digital product from anywhere from $20 all the way up to $189. You can do the math on that, okay? Low end, we're talking about at least $4.6 million from a single digital product. Realistically, probably closer to 10 million. And I also like to see who's running ads for their digital products because it's actually a very nice way to find some funny examples of unique value zones. Like this guy who's selling no-grid survival projects, has spent over $400,000 across just 5 ads. By the way, just so you understand, if he's investing in ads, he or she, I should say, is investing in ads, it's because it's making money. Okay, so if he's even making a 2x return, which is low end for digital products, that is $800,000 in revenue from a simple ebook. Are you starting to understand the power of identifying your unique value zone to create a profitable non-expert digital product? Now, we go into step 2, synthesize. And here is where we really use the power of AI. You have identified a proven topic. You are positioned in the 3rd layer. You have a profitable problem in order to fix. So what do you need to do now? You need to come up with a solution for this problem. But how do you do that for a topic that you have no expertise in? That is the $1 million question. And here is the $1 million answer. The solution for virtually every single problem people are looking for to fix is already out there, available for you to read. Where, you might be asking? Scattered across scientific studies, research papers, business reports, all website courses and YouTube videos, which we use as references to come up with a solution. This way, you are not just getting any digital product created, but a high quality one with top tier actionable information that actually delivers on what is promised. Now, obviously, it's not as simple as reading one study and getting a solution. We use at least 150 references to guarantee the quality of the solution. This is crucial. You see, if you want to gather those references manually, go ahead, be my guest. But there's a much easier way, which is using specialized AI to synthesize all of the real world data from these 150 sources into a simple 3 to 5 step process on how to solve the problem which we identified in step 1. Up until last year, this would have taken months of work, and realistically, you wouldn't have even been able to get into a topic you know nothing about. But now, with the right AI tools, this has become possible. For example, here it suggests to me emotional burnout in women who consistently put others first as a unique value zone. If you pay attention, this topic exactly follows our 3rd layer rule, meaning this is a topic with a lot of demand and very few good solutions. And the final result of this synthesis process will look something like this. It compiled all of that real world data into a simple 4-step solution for our non-expert digital product with a clear goal for each step. It is very simple, but this is based on the content of hundreds of studies and is the foundation in which our non-expert digital product will be created upon. You then just package this into a four-step solution, you then take this four-step solution and you package it into a digital product. Here, one of the packaging ideas suggested to me was the 21-day radical self-love challenge, and I move forward with that one, okay? Then all you need to do now is to take each of those four steps it generated and expand them. If you want your digital product to be an ebook format, you expand each stage into a chapter. If you want it to be in a course format, each step becomes a phase or a module of the course. And here is where we use the power of AI to generate the content of this entire product for us, one section at a time. As you can see, it automatically generates everything for you, because remember, what is the best use case of AI? Processing and organizing information, and that is exactly what we are doing here. So instead of taking months like it used to, to put these digital products together, which is, as I said, what has kept everyday people out of this industry for so long, we can now get AI to do the synthesis process for us in minutes, just like that. And the cool thing is, since it's pulling information from over 150 studies and research papers, it actually provides the exact references to prove this digital product is backed by science and actually works. And this way, later when we build our monetization system, you can actually use each one of these references as proof points to back up all of your marketing promises. So that way, you don't need to say, "Oh, I'm an expert on this topic," but rather, here's what I found out from the experts on this topic that they all agree upon after analyzing over 150 scientific studies, and this is all about positioning. And by the way, as you guys can see from the comments in these videos that take advantage of this positioning, customers love this approach because these are all prime buyers for your digital product. So to sum it up, synthesized flow is find the best resource. We use AI to source 100 to 150 incredible and valuable resources. We pull the best parts out of each resource. Again, we use AI to do this for us. Number 3 is we put these parts into a digital product like a simple PDF. Again, we use AI to do this for us. It is very straightforward. Do you now see how using AI in this process is a breakthrough that changes everything about who can succeed in this industry? For the first time in history, the expertise problem is completely solved. Now, here's the thing. There are dozens of different tools that can help you do this, okay? To be completely honest, most do a poor job. Few do a good enough job, okay? You can even try to manually sort through 100 to 150 resources on the topic of your digital product, then download all of that and upload it to a classic $20 a month AI to go through the synthesis process, but you're gonna run into a massive roadblock after uploading the first 10 resources. These mass market AI tools can't take all of that input at once. Their context windows are not large enough to analyze such huge amount of data at the same time, because they are all what I call generic AI. They're extremely useful tools, okay? They're very useful, but doing a little bit of everything. The problem is when you are a generalist, you struggle with specialization. And what we're doing here is we're developing specialized knowledge. It's like asking a general doctor to perform brain surgery instead of hiring a neurosurgeon. Both are doctors. Yeah, sure, technically both are doctors, but specialization makes all of the difference. And if you can understand this, you will already be ahead of 99% of people in the AI revolution, because most people haven't yet realized this. There's a huge difference between specialized AI and generic AI, and the people who are winning in this market are using specialized AI. And by the way, you might be going, "Oh, yeah, well, that's your opinion." Okay, well, let me prove it to you. Do you know what is the fastest growing tech company in history ever? Because it's probably not what you think, okay? It is now Lovable. They got to $100 million in recurring revenue in 8 months. It took OpenAI, aka ChatGPT, 2 years to get there. By the way, what does Lovable do? It is specialized AI for creating apps and websites. You know who holds the second place in that race? It's Cursor, a specialized AI for coding. We are now entering the era of specialized AI, which is 10 times more powerful than generic AI like the ones your mom uses to get cake recipes. And it's by taking advantage of these specialized AI that we can develop these non-expert digital products for us. And that is why I've spent almost a year developing my own specialized AI specifically for the sole purpose of helping me create digital products that sell. It identifies profitable, untapped topics, synthesizes information from 150 resources as references, suggests dozens of potential products you could create on that topic, and then develops the one of your choice into a full-blown non-expert digital product. And and it develops the entire thing in around 40 minutes or so, all backed by 150 plus real world references. This specialized AI allows us to create digital products even in topics we know nothing about. It eliminates months of hard work, research, writing, and development, and instead it turns creating a digital product into a process as simple as clicking a few buttons. Do you think that you could click a few buttons and create a profitable digital product yourself? That, my friend, is the power of AI. Now, the software is not currently available to the public. You see, back in May, I opened a beta group for this, and the first users have been absolutely in awe of the results. Here, by the way, are some of the products that it created already. In fact, this is the exact same specialization AI that created most of the digital products on that 90-day competition I ran that generated $8.9 million in tracked sales. My focus right now is not making it public, but rather to make it as good as it can humanly be. And that is why I'm looking to add a few more people to test this new 3.0 version my engineering team just shipped, which makes it around 12 times more powerful than the original one I launched in May. A little bit about that, or more on that later, and I'm gonna tell you how you can actually get access to the version 3 of Synthesize. Now, this also answers the question I get asked the most when it comes to non-expert digital products. But Iman, why would people buy my product if they can just use AI themselves to get answers to their problems? And the answer is, they can, okay? Let me explain. Do you think that they know this entire synthesis process we just walked through? And even if they did, do you think they have the right tools to develop such a powerful solution? Given the generic $20 a month AI can barely analyze 10 studies at a time, let alone 150. Let me ask you this. Why do you go to McDonald's instead of cooking the burger yourself? I mean, like, really ask yourself this. Like, why go to McDonald's, right? You can get the recipe with AI, no? Well, the truth is, people don't want the recipe for the burger, okay? They want the burger. Having a recipe and actually being able to put that recipe into practice to cook the burger you want are two very different things, okay? And that is why people pay top dollar for digital products, okay? Because we give them the burger, not the recipe. Now, the only last thing for us to do to complete this third step is launch. Now, we don't simply put our digital product out there and hope we get a home run and thousands of people buy it. No, we are strategic about it. We follow a rapid testing framework that allows us to create this product from scratch and get it out there ready to start making sales in a matter of a few hours. Here's the thing. I'm guessing that time isn't something you have a lot of right now, okay? Am I correct in making this assumption? You don't have a lot of time? I bet even if you are short on money, you're still even shorter on time, okay? So the one thing we don't want to do here is waste the little time that you have. And when I was looking through the results we got out of the Make Money Online Challenge 1.0 that we hosted back in May, this is the biggest difference I noticed between successful students and the ones that failed and gave up. Almost every single successful one was actually short on time, okay? They forced themselves to go through this process as quickly as possible. No time for overthinking or perfectionism. The ones that failed had plenty of time, so they ended up spending way too much time on this step here before ever testing if the product they built was the right one. And it was through this observation that I developed our rapid testing framework to launch your first digital product in hours, not weeks, because originally people had 3 options on how to approach this launch, okay? These were the 3 options they would normally do. Option number 1, turn each one of the modules of your digital product that the AI developed for you into a video class, which will require recording yourself going through each one of these classes. Option 2 was voice over each one of the modules and then add slides to it, which would then require you to not only voice over everything, but also create slides to go with it. Option 3 was use AI to voice over everything and then add slides to it, but it would still require you to generate all of the AI audios as well as create the slides. So regardless of which option you chose, you would inevitably face some initial friction to get your product launched. And listen, as a beginner, you want this process to get your first product launch to have as little friction as humanly possible, because here is where people overthink or get discouraged. But most importantly, this initial friction would stop people from launching more products, which is the key to success with this business. If you take everyone who gets their digital product launch, this right here is what causes 90% of failures. They just don't try enough products, okay? And that is why I developed an alternative approach here, an approach that allows you to pump out products fast and start selling before you ever need to record anything yourself or show your face anywhere. This way, you will only ever spend time on your products that are already generating you money. Wouldn't that be much easier and much more efficient? Well, the way we do that is we first launch this product as a simple 45-page ebook. This is your minimum viable digital product. It looks something like this, and it takes around 40 minutes for you to develop with specialized AI. And all we're looking for here with this minimum viable digital product is proof of concept. What is proof of concept, you might ask? One sale. Remember what I told you yesterday on episode 1? With digital products, the person who makes 1 sale makes 10 sales. The person who makes 10 sales makes 100 sales. And the person who makes 100 sales makes 1,000 sales. We just need 1 sale to figure out if this product sells or not. If it makes 1 single sale, in that case, we have proof of concept. And then we can decide if we want to turn it into a recorded product or not, or if we want to simply keep running it like this. Some of the most successful digital products out there never even evolve into the final version of recorded classes. They just keep selling it as ebooks, like the woodworking guide or the no grid survival project. Now, here's what makes this entire system so powerful. This isn't a one shot and pray approach. This is a repeatable 3-step process that you can go through over and over again. All you need to do to become successful with this business is to repeat this process enough times until you find a product that works. Some people will find it on their first try. Congratulations, hooray. Some people, it might take 5, but it does not matter because it takes almost no time to go through this when you have the right tools, and it doesn't cost you a single cent to do it. It is like having an unlimited slot machine. If you had one, why would you not pull the lever as many times as you can until you win? It's just logical to do it. 90% of businesses fail in the first 90 days. I'm sure you've heard this before, but have you ever asked yourself why they fail? The reason why they fail is because they run out of attempts. They don't have what it takes in order to try another time. Dropshipping, you need to pay for ads to test products. Amazon FBA, you need inventory up front. Affiliate marketing, you need ad spend to find out what converts. Real estate, you actually have massive capital requirements. A restaurant, huge startup costs, okay? After 1 or 2 failures, you're broke. You're out of attempts. And that's exactly why the system is different. You have unlimited attempts. While everyone else runs out of money after attempt number 2, you are just getting started, my friend. And while you have unlimited attempts, you only need to get this right once, okay? Because here is what I've learned after helping thousands of people succeed with the system. You're only one digital product away from the life that you have always dreamed of. I mean, think about it. What would change in your life if you had an extra $5,000 per month coming in? What about $10,000? What about maybe $20,000? Suddenly, you get to decide what you work on, where you work from, when you work, or even if you work at all, okay? When you work, or as I said, if you even work at all, and you can finally take care of your family the way you have always wanted to. You can travel, pursue your passions, or just have the freedom to say no to things that you don't want to do in life. That is what being ungovernable truly means, because when you have a system that can create unlimited digital assets, when you can literally pull money out of thin air using AI and proven frameworks, everything changes, okay? Andrew isn't worried about the next paycheck. Zach isn't stressed about how he's going to pay rent. Kevin isn't stuck in a job that he hates. They are all ungovernable now, and you can be too. And let me tell you this, for everyone who complains that I show my cars, my watches, whatever on Instagram, when you create your first digital product and start putting money into your bank account, how you decide to spend that money is on you. What I teach you is how to make money. No one is telling you to buy a car or an expensive watch. That is up to you. You decide. So can you see how after understanding this 3-step process, the product should be the least of your concerns? And guys, I get it. If you're here, you're busy, okay? Whether you're employed full-time, self-employed, run your own business, or you're even a full-time student. 87% of people in our last cohort were working or studying full-time when they started. The reason I say this is that this isn't about reckless leaps, okay? It is about calculated moves. You build your digital product business nights and weekends until it is generating enough to replace your income. Then, and only then, you make the transition from a position of strength, not desperation. I want you to treat this as your keep your job while building your escape plan, okay? So when you look at your week and all of the activities that don't move you closer to financial freedom, do you think that maybe you could find an extra 3 to 5 hours a week, okay, to reallocate them into building something that can completely transform your life? If so, you're ready to take the next step. So let's take a look at everything we've already accomplished so far. So far in this challenge, you have discovered the $684 million per day digital product industry that is shockingly untapped. Why specialized AI tools outperform $20 a month generic AI tools by 10x, just like a brain surgeon versus a generalist doctor. The exact third layer hack that positions you in blue oceans with zero competition instead of red oceans with thousands of competitors. and how we are using easy to use specialized AI to identify and synthesize wildly profitable digital products, even on topics we know nothing about. How you can sort through 150 scientific sources to synthesize together a digital product you don't have to even put your face on. Why 90% of businesses fail because they run out of attempts, and how you can get unlimited attempts while everyone else goes broke after their second try. And how you've still only seen a tiny fraction of the success people are having with digital products and AI. There are tens of thousands of people making significant income from digital products using WAP, and that is how you know that this stuff works, and it will work for you. After all, it worked for me to generate almost $100 million in digital product sales, for a 60-year-old to sell millions in a digital product on woodworking, for a guy making $8,000 a month selling Fortnite maps without showing his face, for this guy who builds a recurring income of $121,000 a month selling a simple newsletter, for Cyberflow who made $13,000 without even showing his face, for regular everyday people to earn $8.9 million with their digital products in 90 days, and I could keep going on for ages. So can you see how you are only one digital product away from the life that you have always dreamed of? And now, do you understand how having the right specialized AI tools is the key to creating that one digital product, okay? And my question to you is, how would it feel to be able to create as many products as you want on demand by simply clicking a few buttons, which gives you endless chances in order to figure it out? Are you getting excited over the idea of finally making real income from an online business? Wouldn't you agree that right now is the best time to take advantage of this new AI revolution with non-expert digital products? So now the question is, are you ready to act as an ungovernable individual and take full advantage of this before the big boom in this industry? Well, if that's the case, and if you're here right now, I want to offer you a very, very special opportunity. An opportunity to take advantage of the best time ever to create a digital product, with the best technology ever to make this happen. And with me being your guide as we do this correctly, not over 1 or 2 years, but in a 90-day sprint, so you can prove to yourself that you have what it takes to be successful. Are you up for that? Are you? Especially if there was a $40,000 Patek Philippe, 4 Rolexes, 5 Cartiers, and a $25,000 mastermind entry ticket on the line. So it is with great pleasure that I introduce you to Monetize. Monetize is the world's first complete system for building profitable digital products without needing any expertise, technical skills, or previous experience. Because here's the thing, we didn't just want to give you training, we wanted to give you everything that you need to succeed. The education, the specialized AI, the monetization, the support, the community, all wrapped under one platform that is literally designed to make success almost inevitable. Understood? And when I show you everything that is included, you will understand why I can make such a bold statement. Let me break it down for you, okay? This is about to get insane, so buckle up. Monetize is built to give you 3 unfair advantages. Number 1, a proven system to create profitable non-expert digital product in hours. Number 2, specialized AI that does the work for you. Number 3, unlimited attempts until you succeed, so that there's literally no way for you to fail, starting with our 4-step system to create profitable non-expert digital products from zero using AI. We have stripped this down to 4 essential steps that anyone can follow. Nothing more, nothing less. Just the exact steps that our users took to generate over $8.9 million with their digital products in the first 90 days. And you are already familiar with them. Number 1, how to develop your product with specialized AI. Then how to monetize it, how to deliver it without lifting a finger, how to scale once you have proof of concept. Master these 4 steps and you are set for life. So let me break down exactly what each step consists of. Let's start with step number 1, develop. Imagine this, what if there was a black box machine that you could push a few buttons on and it could pump out a profitable digital product before your very eyes? Well, that is exactly what you can do now thanks to AI. Inside of step 1, you will discover our AI-powered development system that literally builds your entire digital product for you. It takes care of the entire process, from identifying your unique value zone with our 3rd layer rule to synthesizing 150 real-world sources into ready to monetize products, even if you have no previous experience with this, okay? Because our system is specifically designed to help you create non-expert products. With this, you could have your first digital product created and ready to test by this weekend. That is because this system eliminates all the guesswork from the process. So even complete beginners can succeed with it, like Armando, who is completely new to digital products and got to over $100 $100,000 in sales in his first 45 days. Most people spend months spinning their wheels trying to figure out what to create. Wouldn't it be smart to follow a proven system that gets you there in days? Now, let's talk about step number 2, monetize. As you already know, this is not about selling a product. It is about having a monetization system that turns strangers into buyers. So, what if you had access to the exact same monetization system used by virtually every single person that ended up inside of this leaderboard the last time I hosted this challenge? And the exact same one I use myself on my own products, okay? And that you'll see in virtually every single successful digital product. The one that follows the exact same flow as Netflix, as Amazon, and Apple, that that all use this monetization system. How much easier do you think it would be to monetize your digital products with a system like this? And the best part is, this entire monetization system costs you $0 to implement. And by the way, I'm not just gonna throw you our monetization system and then expect that you get sales by yourself. No. Here, we're gonna have a very specific protocol that I'm going to walk you through to get those crucial first 5 to 10 sales. Our users applying these monetization strategies go from 0 sales to consistent daily income streams, with people like Connor generating $16,000 in 24 hours and Rebecca hitting $9,000 on her first launch day. This brings us to pillar number 3, deliver. Remember how I said that this is the ultimate one-person business? This pillar is where that promise becomes a reality, where your business runs itself. Imagine being able to sell the same product 10 times or 10,000 times with the exact same amount of work. How much easier would it be for you to double, quadruple, or even 10x your income if the fulfillment work was exactly the same, regardless of how much you sell, okay? Well, that's exactly what happens when you implement this delivery system. Here's the thing, most business models have the potential to make a lot of money when you do things right. But while they might make money, virtually all of them enslave you in the process. From having to deal with shipping and nightmare logistics, to managing clients and complex service delivery, or simply having to answer customer emails at 3 a.m. It is exhausting, it is draining, and that is why when you build digital products using our 4-step system, this business becomes different from anything else out there, because on step 3, we automate your product delivery. So your business runs 24/7 without your constant attention. This is the exact same structure I've used myself to deliver all of the orders when I beat WAP's record for the most digital product sales in 24 hours, 48 hours, 7 days, and 30 days. Also 1 hour, I believe, as well. I had over 2,000 customers coming in just a few hours, and I didn't need to lift a finger to deliver any of those orders. And the best part is, once you set these systems up, they work for you 24/7, whether you have 10 customers or 10,000 customers. I like to think of this as your set and forget money machine. What other business models out there, or I should say, what other business models out there allow you to have a delivery system so automated that you could literally have 2,000 customers, and that takes the same amount of effort as handling 20. Do you see why our users manage to succeed with this even if they have full-time responsibilities? This is what allows you to actually enjoy the income from digital products instead of becoming a slave to it. What's the point of building a freedom business if you are chained to your laptop all day? And finally, we have pillar number 4, scale. Let me ask you a question. If every time I gave you $1, you gave me $1, I gave you $2 back, how many times would you give me a dollar bill? I mean, as many times as you can, right? Well, that's exactly what you can do here when you find a successful digital product that is ready to scale. This is where things get very interesting. This is where you go from an extra side income to a real business that can scale to tens of thousands of dollars a month and provide you with financial, location, and time freedom. Because once you have a proven product, a solid monetization strategy, and automated delivery, it is time to pour gasoline on that fire. Inside of pillar 4, we show you our advanced monetization strategies for taking your digital product from a few sales to dozens of sales every single day. This is where we go from 1 sale to 10 sales, from 10 sales to 100 sales, from 100 to 1,000 sales. Just so you understand, I had around 50 people paying me $25,000 for our mastermind, where we spent 3 days dissecting this exact same scaling system in excruciating detail. Wouldn't you love to have the same revenue multiplication system that millionaire digital product creators use in their business? Now, here is actually the most important part of this entire step. Here, we also give you a complete contingency plan and a step-by-step instructions on what to do if your digital product is still not getting sales by this point. Because let's face it, not everyone is gonna get this right the first time around. These things happen, and we prepare for it, by the way. And that is the beauty of this system. You can try as many times as you want until you succeed with no extra cost. As I said, this is one of the 3 unfair advantages that Monetize is built upon. And here, in step 4, I show you exactly when to create a new product, how to reposition your existing one in case it's not selling, and how to identify what the actual bottleneck is. These 4 steps work together as a complete system, and that is the core of what you're getting when you invest in Monetize today. The reason I created Monetize is because I want to give you the exact step-by-step system to create non-expert faceless digital products. Last time we made this offer in May, so many people invested in it that we broke the 1 hour, 24 hour, 7-day, and 30-day record on WAP. Our users then went on to generate $8.9 million in tracked revenue in the first 90 days applying the system. And here's the crazy thing, the version of Monetize that they got is nothing compared to what I'm gonna share with you guys here today. When you invest in Monetize, you're gonna get the very best of everything needed to launch winning digital products after winning digital products, faster and easier than ever before. And because you are here today, I've also got some incredible bonuses available for you when you sign up for Monetize. These bonuses are insane. I can't wait to show you guys this. Starting with the specialized AI tool that will do all of the work for you. Now, I know that if you're still with me here at this point, it means that you can clearly see that this works and that it is proven replicable process to success. But I also know that although you might trust the process, maybe you don't trust yourself fully. And I get it. Maybe you don't trust yourself. We've all been there, okay? Because this can be overwhelming, especially if you're not big into technology, or maybe it's your first ever business. And that is why I created a situation where you do not need to trust yourself. All you need to do is trust the software. Let me repeat that. We created a situation where you no longer need to trust yourself. Just trust the software. Trust the software we created for you. The software does it all for you. And that is why the first bonus when you join Monetize today is Synthesize AI 3.0. This is the world's most powerful digital product creation engine. At this point, you are already very familiar with what Synthesize AI can do. From identifying your unique value zone so you'll never run the risk of getting into red ocean markets again, to synthesizing 150 plus real world sources into a simple 3 to 5 step solution on any topic, even ones you know nothing about, to packaging it as a ready to launch non-expert digital product within 40 minutes. So that way you can test any idea risk-free and only invest your time in products that actually make you money. And more importantly, Synthesize AI is specifically designed to help you create products that don't require you to be an expert. Now, let me tell you a small little secret about Synthesize. Back when I launched Synthesize 2.0, okay, the version before this, I wanted to test if it could actually create profitable digital products. So I did something interesting. I created an entire digital product on mindset without knowing anything about it, okay? And I sold this mindset course, which is a terrible framing, by the way, okay? Just so you understand, this is a horrible product to sell because it's positioned not even in the second layer, but in our first layer. And you know, if you've been watching this stream, you already understand why that is a huge no-go, okay? So the position of this product was terrible. And still, I made over $370,000 in 30 days with it, okay? Almost 13,000 people purchased this digital product. That is 1 hour and a half of work for more than most people make in a year, okay? So wouldn't you want access to the same proven system that 13,000 other people have already validated with their wallets? Do you see why this tool is priced at $2,999 a year? And the best part is you are getting unlimited access to it at no extra cost to you as a part of your Monetize membership. I want you to think, okay? I want you to think of this like having a slot machine in Vegas, except you never have to put money in, okay? Because I have preloaded it with $250,000 in credit out of my own pocket. Yes, it costs a lot of money to run this, okay? As you know, using AI is not free and it can get very, very expensive, especially with the complexity of the tasks that we are doing with the specialized AI tool. But I don't want you to have to worry about costs at this stage of your business. So I'm basically paying for your first AI employee here. That is why I say that you can keep pulling this lever until you hit the jackpot, okay? If you had a machine like this, why would you not pull that lever as many times as humanly possible, okay? Isn't that exactly the unfair advantage you've been searching to finally make it realistic for you to succeed? Now, let me show you our next bonus. Remember what I told you about specialized AI and how it is the key to positioning yourself in the right place before this AI revolution fully hits, while everyone else is still being distracted with generic AI. Now think about this. Why does 41 cents out of every dollar spent online in the US go to Amazon, even when they have such competent competitors such as Walmart? What makes Amazon different? Well, if you dug down to the very bottom of it, you would realize that Amazon simply has has a better monetization system than everyone else. And I bring this up because this same pattern happens with digital products. There are products that sell hundreds of thousands of dollars and there are products that sell zero. The difference between the two, their monetization system. Look, I'm already giving you synthesized AI. Most people would simply stop here and tell you that is all you need to succeed. Oh, you just need synthesize, especially if telling you the opposite actually hurts their pockets, if it hurts their margins. But the truth is, that's only half the equation, and you know that, okay? Only having a good product is not enough to make money online. You need to have the right monetization system, and the problem is, putting together a monetization system can be highly complicated. It usually requires you to hire a performance marketer, have a very expensive copywriter, invest in conversion rate optimization, run hundreds of tests, and you probably don't even know what most of those things are or where to find them. Not to mention that all of that costs a lot of money, and that's why most people prefer to simply ignore this and tell you, oh, just create your product, don't worry about it. But I have promised you, I'm giving you the specialized AI tool that will do all of the work for you, and that includes both on the product development side of things as well as the monetization side of things. And that is why this year, okay, in the first year alone, I've had to write a 7-figure check to make this available to you. Ghostwriter OS is our second specialized AI tool inside of Monetize, okay? And it will build your entire monetization system for you. This is a specialized AI tool that takes your digital product and automatically generates all of the content for your pages, of your conversion video, and your checkout, which are the 3 parts of your monetization system, okay? And not only does it write them for you, but it also does a better job at this than most copywriters who would charge you upwards of $50,000 in order to do so. Just so you understand, this is not a simple AI tool that someone decided to develop in their free time in a weekend, okay? This tool has been in development for years at this point, and it's run by one of the most successful copywriters in the world. It is built for marketers by marketers. I'm actually licensing it from a Brazilian company that has countless active customers paying to use it. It has a hard cost, okay? There's a real tangible cost for this. Now, here's what I'm doing. I'm absorbing the licensing fee that thousands of other businesses gladly pay because I know that this is a missing piece for you to start monetizing your own non-expert digital product. Look, I'm writing a few very large 7-figure checks per year. So because of the number of seats that I'm buying and due to my influence in this industry, I've managed to negotiate a deal with them where I can absorb the cost myself and make this available to you at no extra cost with your Monetize membership. Listen, wouldn't it be great to have the best specialized AI tool working on your behalf without you even knowing how it works? Congratulations, you now have exactly that. Exciting, isn't it? Especially one that countless others are paying thousands for. That is why, that's what you're getting today at no extra cost with Ghostwriter OS. Now, our next bonus is something I have never offered before. This is the first time ever, okay? As I've told you, one of the principles Monetize is built upon is giving you unlimited attempts. So the only way to fail is by not trying, which is exactly what you get with synthesized AI and Ghostwriter OS. Now, I not only want to give you unlimited attempts, but I also want to ensure that you make the most out of each one of those attempts. So that way you're not collecting failure after failure, but rather building your way up to success. And that is why I've built safety nets along the journey, okay? The first of which is our insane guarantee, more on that in just a moment. The second safety net is our perfect product insurance policy. Listen, you know when you're trying something for the first time and you're really putting a lot of effort into it, but you're seeing no results out of it, and you simply can't tell what you're doing wrong and what needs to change. It's frustrating, isn't it? Well, this is the exact reason most people give up before they succeed, or why most people don't even get started in the first place, because they are afraid of wasting months going down the wrong path without knowing if it will ever pay off. Maybe you can relate, and that is why you are getting this perfect product insurance policy. Let me explain how it works. If you do not make your first digital product sale within 60 days of joining Monetize, my team will personally step in and perform a complete diagnostic review of your digital product and monetization strategy. We will examine every detail: your unique value zone, your product packaging and format, your pricing strategy, your monetization strategy. Then we will deliver a personalized action plan telling you exactly what needs to change for you to get your first sale. This way, even if you do everything wrong, you can still find success because our team will personally help you. This way, you don't even need to trust yourself on getting things right, okay? Because all you need to do is trust our team. The same team that services our $25,000, $100,000, even $250,000 clients at our consulting firm. Don't you think that with a team like this, you are far more likely to achieve success, even if you do things wrong? So, if that is true, you do not have anything to worry about. After all, once you have Full access to monetize, our 3 unfair advantages, the complete 4-step system, synthesize AI, ghostwriter, and my team personally helping you if things don't go your way. Is it really out of this world for you to make a few sales? Especially of products that people already want to buy? Now, I know that even with all of this, some of you still feel a bit insecure about your abilities to follow this process correctly. Because we both know that the devil is in the details. And even with all the tools in the system, there's always going to be something that you don't really know how to approach. And that is exactly why I created the digital product formula. So, you know the 4-step system from our main monetize offer, how to develop your product with specialized AI, how to monetize it, how to deliver it without lifting a finger, how to scale once you have proof of concept. Well, I've actually recorded a complete implementation training walking you through each one of these steps, every single detail, every click, every strategy, from complete beginner, developing your first product, to first sale, to scaling to tens of thousands of dollars per month. This, by the way, is the exact same training the last cohort of monetized users followed to generate those $8.9 million in digital product sales in just 90 days. Listen, this is the exact training that Armando followed to create his first digital product and scale it to the point that allowed him to buy his own McLaren at 19. You will watch over my shoulder as I build actual digital products, see every mistake I avoid, every shortcut I take, every breakthrough moment that separates winners from everyone else. Think of it as having me as your personal trainer, but instead of building muscle, we're building your financial freedom. Most business coaches charge $5,000 just for a basic course outline, but you are getting the complete implementation system that's generated millions in real results and no extra cost. Can you imagine the relief of never having to worry what's the next step? Because every single move is literally mapped out right in front of you. With this, the question isn't whether you can figure this out, it's whether you can follow simple instructions. That is the type of unfair advantage I'm referring to when I talk about giving you a proven system. Now, I want to increase the stakes of what we're doing here. I mean, this is already insane enough, no? But let's increase the stakes, okay? And that is why when you join Monetize today, you're also getting a golden ticket to Monetize Mania. This is a 90-day competition we're running where we're ranking the top-selling digital products created inside of Monetize. I like to think of this as the great digital product gold rush. Here is how it works. I've connected a real-time leaderboard directly to everyone's WAP accounts. Every sale you make automatically updates your position. And the people who end up in the top 10 after 90 days all win, okay? This is the competition that generated those $8.9 million in earnings that I keep talking about. And the prizes? Well, let's just say we decided to go a little bit overboard this time. You're gonna get a chance to compete for $350,000 in prizes. The grand prize, position number 1, is a $40,000 Patek Philippe, you know, similar to what I'm wearing right here. The same watch worn by billionaires and world leaders. This is a generational wealth symbol that appreciates over time. Positions 2 to 5, a $10,000 Rolex each, because success should be celebrated and worn with pride. Position 6 to 10, we have 5 Cartiers, one of the most iconic watches ever created to represent this achievement. But here's the best part. Everyone in the top 10 gets a ticket to my exclusive $25,000 mastermind. These 10 people will get to fly out to Dubai and be in a room with people who collectively earn hundreds of millions of dollars a year from digital products. I mean, think about this. In 90 days, you could be holding a Patek Philippe, standing in a room with digital product millionaires, having completely transformed your life. Now, you might be thinking, that's cool and all, but what are my chances of actually winning? Here's the thing. Everyone who joins today is starting from the same place, 0. And with our AI systems basically building the products for you, the playing field has never been more level. And guys, do you understand that by doing this, I am putting my name on the line? Look, these earning stats are public. So imagine if I open this, imagine if I opened this last time and my users only made $100,000 with this, I would be a laughing stock right now because everyone would be able to say that what I teach is BS. The only reason I can host a public competition like this is because this system works, because our users make real money with it. And because this works, I can be so confident to the point of displaying the earnings of my users on a public leaderboard for everyone to see. And I know that these $8.9 million that was generated in the last, in the last 90-day competition is going to be nothing in comparison to the number we're going to have 3 months from now. Tell me, is there anyone else in the industry willing to do this? I don't think so. And now you know why. Plus, even if you don't win the Patek, just being in this competition is going to light a fire under your ass to actually implement everything you learn. Because let's be honest, sometimes we all need a little extra motivation, and nothing motivates quite like $350,000 in prizes. As I said, I am not asking you to commit for 1 or 2 years. No, 90 days, this is all you need to change your life completely. So can you commit for the next 90 days? That is my question. Can you commit? Let me know. Now, To wrap up all of these insane bonuses you're getting inside Monetize here today, we need to go back to something that I mentioned yesterday, okay? We actually have a fast action bonus for the first 888 people who join Monetize today. So imagine this, you and I working together side by side, locked in over the next 4 weeks straight. How much of an advantage do you think that you would have over everyone else? You see, the last time I opened access to Monetize, my team and I wanted to test if there was a way to get someone their first digital product sale in record time. So we ran a secret project with a small group of people. It was a 4-week fast track project, 4 intensive live sessions, walking you through the entire process of going from zero to having your first digital product created, launched, and generating sales, okay? And the idea was very simple. Skip months of busy work and focus only on what actually generates sales. And it worked. The results from this little project were so insane that students were getting their first sales within days of implementing. I mean, we had people who had been stuck for months finally breaking through. And what we realized was that with this, they got the advantage over every that every single successful person has, which is a coach. They got direct access to me. And that is what the first 888 people who joined today are also getting. You and I working together side by side, locked in over the next 4 weeks straight. And here is what makes us different. When I introduce new opportunities to market, I don't just make money with it myself. I create waves of success stories. It creates entire revolutions in the digital market. Just look at what happened back when I was running my agency program. I helped create the most success stories of this industry to date. And I helped thousands of regular people become ungovernable. As you already know, the last time I opened this opportunity, the people who jumped in earned over $8.9 million in tracked earnings in just the first 90 days. And now we are doing it again, but bigger. And when we do something like this, we change the whole fabric of the internet. So would you like to be a part of a change like that? You know, would you like to get there before everyone else shows up? Well, this fast track bonus is only for the first 888 people who joined today. Look, this is a very hands-on program. I can only coach so many people at the same time. I can't do this with everyone, and this is not for everybody. You know, some people want to go at their own pace, so this isn't relevant to them. But I know that there's at least 888 souls on the line here today that would kill for an opportunity like this. And considering everything else you're getting here, plus my track record of creating success stories, I expect these spots to fill up fast, especially when you see the guarantee. Now, I'm gonna open up spots for this in just a second. So once the number gets close to 888, I will give you a warning and I'll be very clear with you. We might reach it before the end of the call, we might not. I can't predict the future, but I will tell you this. The last time I made this available, the spots expired in less than 8 minutes. Considering the amount of people we have this time, it will probably go even faster. And if it does, I will let you know. And by the way, the moment it does, we're gonna go into the checkout page and we're gonna delete this from the page, okay? So once I give you the URL, if it's still there by the time you check out, it means you still get it. But you have to hurry up because it might be gone at any minute. So once again, let's break down everything you get today. First, you get our 4-step system to get your non-expert digital product created for you with AI. Then you get unlimited access to Synthesize AI, the tool that will create your digital product for you. You get Ghostwriter, the AI that will write all of the assets you need for you to have a wildly profitable monetization system. You get the 60-day success safety net, where my personal team will step in and perform a complete diagnostic review of your digital product if you don't make your first sale within 60 days from now. Who else is offering stuff like this? Okay, you get the digital product formula, where I will walk you through the 4-step system as you watch over my shoulder as I build actual digital products live in practice. You're gonna get a golden ticket to Monetize Mania, where you can win $350,000 worth of prizes, all backed by our work with you until you win guarantee. More on that in just a minute. You also get to work with me together side by side, locked in over a period of 4 weeks straight with the 4-week fast track. Last time, Monetize users generated $8.9 million in tracked earnings. The bare minimum that our advisory clients pay to work with us at consultant.com minimum is $25,000. Okay, so at $10,000, this is an incredible deal, which is why it is an absolute no-brainer for you to sign up right now at this special deal of just $1,995. And yes, financing is available. The only question is, Are you ready to take advantage of this opportunity? So here's what happens next. In just a moment, I'm gonna drop the link for you to join in the comments. When I drop the link, you have a decision to make. You can either take everything we've talked about here today and file it away in oh, that was interesting information, and go back to what you've always been doing, or you can take action right now and take the first step to becoming an ungovernable individual in the next 90 days. The choice is yours. But remember, this exact offer with all of these bonuses, these crazy bonuses, will never be available again. So if you are ready to finally build a real online business, one that generates consistent income without requiring you to put your face out there or to be a tech genius, then click the link that I'm dropping in the live chat in 3, 2, 1. Now, in case you can't click it, just go to joiniman.com. It will take you to the same page. You see, after you click the button on this page, you will get redirected to a secure checkout page. Choose the payment option that makes the most sense to you, and let's start building your first non-expert digital product today. Once you have completed your enrollment, you will see this page that will give you the exact instructions on how to access Monetize and all of the bonuses right away. Because in 6 weeks from now, you could be watching your first sales come in while everyone else is still thinking about it. Now, let me show you why this might be the most powerful guarantee that has ever been offered in this industry. This is a better than money back guarantee. It is a work with you until you win guarantee. Because the fact is, you don't need the money yourself. The $1,995 is not gonna make or break your life situation, okay? What you need is not the money, but to learn how to create a monetization machine, a machine that prints money for you consistently on demand. Because once you have that, all of your problems get eradicated. And on Monetize, we work with you until you have that in place. There's no fancy conditions, there's no complicated rules, it is simple. You have to 10x your investment in Monetize through digital products, or we keep working with you until you do, period. We will never charge you another dollar for updates. We will keep coaching you. We will keep giving you updates to new programs. We will keep supporting you until you hit that 10x investment mark, okay? And we can offer this because we can verify all of the numbers on the back end. Okay, we can see everything through WAP. Every sale, every customer, every dollar, it is all tracked on our back end, which means we are not working on some honor system where you have to trust us about the results. We can literally verify every number in real time, and that is why we can offer such a strong guarantee, because we know this works and we can prove that it is working for you. So really, you only have two options. Either you succeed and make at least a 10x return on your investment, or we keep working with you until you do. There is no way to lose. And in addition to that, your investment is also protected with a 7-day full money back guarantee. Meaning, if for any reason you don't like what you get inside Monetize, you have 7 days to get 100% of your money back. All you need to do is email support@monetize.com and ask for a refund. It will get processed with no questions asked within 48 hours max. With this, I am literally taking all of the risk of our deal here on me. I couldn't possibly be taking more risk on my side. You don't have any risk on your end today. By the way, if you have any issues checking out, our team is gonna reach out to you within 5 minutes through the contact information you fill on the checkout page. So keep an eye on your WhatsApp or SMS for that. And guys, when it comes to this, there's words and there's actions. Really stick with me here. This is very, very important. I just gave you my word. Now let me show you my actions, okay? Because what I have done for Monetize users, no one else in this industry can say they did. Recently, we discovered a new method to get digital product sales insanely fast. We could have offered that as a $2,000 upsell for our current customers, and I know thousands of people would have taken it. But what did I do instead? What did I tell you? I am never going to charge you for updates until you 10x your investment. So what did we do? We hosted an entire 4-week workshop within the Monetize community, breaking down this method during a shit ton of live sessions completely for free, okay? Every single user who joined Monetize in January, just so you understand, got the alpha version of Synthesize for the test version for $995. Since then, the software has undergone 2 complete overhauls. We have added dozens of new features that weren't even promised, okay? The 2.0 version and now the 3.0 version that we just shipped last week. It is an entirely new software, and every single one of our original customers got the 2.0 and the 3.0 versions for free. The exact same version that now sells for $2,999, and they got all of that at no extra charge. Ghostwriter, I had to write a massive 7-figure check to license it. I pay per seat. The original users of Monetize, They weren't promised this. I still gave access to all of them for free. And those were thousands of seats that I had to pay for. Then I created the digital product formula. Was that included in the original package that was offered in January when we launched it, the test offer? No. I could have easily sold it for $14.95 like I've done tens of thousands of times with my previous programs. So what did I do? I gave it to all monetized users for free. Then I acquired a company called Consultant.com. That's our previous office in Manhattan. At the time I acquired it, their flagship program sold for $1,997. Over 20,000 customers had paid them that amount for this program. $690 million earned by students and 52 millionaires created out of it. I paid $1.7 million out of my own pocket to acquire this. Here's the receipt on screen. Now, before I acquired it, they made roughly $80 million in sales, aka people paid them $80 million for their products. You know how many times I sold this $1,997 program after the acquisition? 0. Instead, I gave it to all my customers for free. So just a few weeks ago, a few of my pro users had a 90-day coaching package. Okay, we have something called Monetize Pro, and the small 0.44% of people that want to take it an even step further. We have this very intensive package there. Anyways, that ran out and that expired. Okay, so what did I do? Did I charge them again? No. I renewed the package for every single person for another 90 days. And these are just a few of the recent examples. So when I say we work with you until you win, I mean it. A lot of people say it, but I mean it, okay? So you are guaranteed to make at least a 10x return on your investment, or we will keep working with you until you win. And I just showed you just a few of dozens and dozens and dozens of examples of the reason why we're a company that will go to the ends of the earth and back for our customers, because we care more than any other business in this industry. And I've just shown you countless examples where I've had to pay millions and millions of dollars just to take care of my customers. That's how much I care. That is how much we care. That is how serious we take this. That is how serious we take your success. And that is why we have such a crazy guarantee where we're literally going, we will work with you until you win. And we will not accept another penny until you get that result. Guys, sorry, I know I get very passionate about this, but like, this means a lot to us. This means a lot to us, and listen, I work hard, but my team, the team of 50 people we have working at Monetize, full-time, that work their ass off day and night, they do so much for our users, they do so much for our customers, I couldn't even begin to tell you. So I just want you to know that everything that you see here today, honestly, yeah, sure, I've played a part in it, but my team, they do more than you could ever imagine. So getting back into the presentation, the only way this investment doesn't pay off is if you don't take action. And if finances are tight for you right now, I get it. We've all been there, okay? We've set up the best third-party financing for you that this market has ever seen. Why? To make this accessible to anyone who's serious about changing their situation. And because we process everything through WAP, which gives us access to data that most companies don't have, we are able to offer financing plans that literally no one else can. We are talking about breaking this down into manageable payments that anyone can afford. And remember, with our work with you until you win guarantee, you either make a 10x return on your investment, or so these payments basically take care of themselves. You can check the financing options in the checkout page on the link pinned in the live comments, or by going to joiniman.com. So, you thought that was it? You thought I was done? You thought I'm done giving you bonuses? We're not done. I got more. I got more for you. Listen, I've just shown you. We have a track record of over-delivering. No one over-delivers for their customers. Listen, we put out a lot of content, we help a lot of people, but our customers, it is a different level of care, love, and attention. So, you think we were done? No, I got more. We're not done yet. We have more to go over. Look, you know that moment when you're trying to build something alone and you get completely stuck on a roadblock and you have absolutely no idea how to navigate it, and no one to ask, what should I do next? Well, that's why you're gonna get 7 digital product coaching sessions included inside of your Monetize subscription. But not 7 in total. 7 a week. 7 sessions a week, 7 coaching sessions a week. This is 52 weeks of intensive group coaching sessions covering all the technical, marketing, and mindset challenges that typically derail success with digital products. You see, most digital product creators fail not because they lack potential, but because they hit roadblocks and have no one to ask for directions. This coaching ensures you always know your next step. We track the most common failure points for digital product creators and design these coaching sessions to address exactly those obstacles. Wouldn't you agree that having someone to guide you through every obstacle and knowing that you can always have your questions answered means you will never have to worry about getting stuck or wasting weeks going down the wrong path again? I want you to treat this as your success safety net, and you get it at no additional cost when joining Monetize today. Guys, listen, I could keep going on for a long time here, but we are already over time, and we have Jason here waiting to join for the Q&As. Plus, by the way, we have a very, very, very special guest, okay? We have a very special guest who might join us if time allows after this main session. So, I just want to leave one last message here. Finding a single winning digital product is all you need. Get to decide on what you work, is all you need to do in order to have the opportunity to get to decide what you work on, where you work from, when you work, or even if you want to work in the first place. No longer stress about money and reclaim ownership of your life and be the one dictating the shots once again. You, my friend, are only one digital product away from the life that you have always dreamed of. And now it's time for our Q&A.